Hi, I'm Mo, and we're going to talk about productivity. Productivity is something that many people are looking for now because there is such a competitive world out there that nobody wants to leave behind in that competition. Productivity is something that when you start looking for it, you sacrifice your happiness for being more productive. For example, you have programs like Fengsu, which are great, are super productive, but then you will lose your life, right? You will start painting the whole day and you will just not enjoy what you do. Maybe you will enjoy getting better, but you will only enjoy this part when you feel like, oh, look how much I improve. This little moment where you feel like, oh, look how much I improve. Then you feel a little bit happy, but that's it. You don't feel happy during the work. You just feel happy watching the result. So this is exactly what is stopping you for being more productive. Because if you only care about the result, then you're not focusing on the process, and the process is what makes you happy. Think about think about it like if you're a river, and a river is flowing into different directions. The river just flows and goes down, right? Goes down, eventually it will reach the ocean. But what happens if the river starts asking where to go, right? It will take longer to reach to the ocean, right? It asks anyone like, hey, is this the right way? Which path should I take? Like, should I take this one? Should I take another one? Uh, and it will stop. It stops moving. Instead of moving, it's asking if it's the right choice. And it doesn't make any sense because even if you don't ask, we all know that you will end up in the ocean, no matter what path you take. It really doesn't matter what decision you take. You will always end up in the ocean because the ocean is so big. It's plenty. No matter what which path you take, you will end up there. So it really doesn't matter if you're taking the right decision or not. Wherever you have doubts about your career or anything, wherever you want to feel like, how can I do this better? How can I go faster? It really doesn't matter. Why do you want to go faster if you're gonna get there anyway? So productivity usually is assigned with with humans, right? Humans need to be productive because that's what we were taught many years ago. And like maybe like 100 years ago, like we have like factories, and you have the more people you have in the factory, the more productive you are, right? And even then we had machines that do all the production work for us, right? There is some kind of human labor, but most of the parts, the hardest part, is the machine is doing it. So right now, after 100 years, we people still got the thinking, especially big companies. People still think that the more humans you have, the more people you have to working for you, the more productive you will become. So that's not really true because human labor now it's so unproductive, compared to what a machine can do. So instead of doing that, you should ask, how can I have more leverage? This is a real question. This is the question that you're actually looking for. You don't actually look for how to be more productive. You're actually looking to how to actually have more leverage. How can I make something work for me? In some cases, you need to hire a person to do it, but you don't want to look for that because right now you have a lot of computers that can work for you. In this age, you are allowed to just create anything you want, and you will have the computer working for you. For example, I can just put a YouTube video. There is a video I put like a environment tutorial, has like 400,000 views, and I didn't tell 400,000 people come and see my video. I just put it there, right? It took me 1 week to record the tutorial, and then after several months, more than almost 500,000 people have watched it. The same can be done with my other YouTube channel, UNF Games, where basically we have like thousands of views every minute. Like every month we have like 600,000 views, and the amount of effort we put is the same. You want to look for something that give you different results, but you put the same input, different output. I put 5 hours of work, you give me much more than that. That's what you're looking for. Because if you're whenever you work for someone, you're entering this factory where you're just, they don't call it factory, but it truly is, right? You need to do something and you do it 8 hours a day. And most of the cases in game development, you do more than 8 hours. Like no one does 8 hours, right? That's just never happens. If you do, you are in a lucky position. But you're just there to fill a position and you do it over and over again. Just like the factory. You go there and you put the things and the machine will assemble it. In this case, the machine is the engine and everyone is putting things there. At the end of the day, they will have gain. So what happens is, for example, you create a sword and you sell for, let's just say they pay you 10,000. Then it's cost $10,000 to make the sword. Like the artist, the programmers, the animators, like you need to do the sword and everything, costs like $10,000. This company is not getting $10,000 in return. Maybe it's getting 500,000, maybe it's getting 1,000,000, maybe it's getting 200,000, but it's not getting double. It's not getting triple. It's just getting 10 times more, 20 times more, 50 times more the input that they put. And the owners of these companies, they know this. They know this kind of leverage is what they are looking for. This is why they are willing to give you $10,000 for your job. And you think that's a lot of money, but it's not, because they are maybe getting millions out of your work, right? So the question is, how can you do it yourself? Because in a company, you cannot be more productive, because no matter how productive you are, you still have a salary. No matter if you paint twice the amount of paintings that you're required to, the paycheck is going to be, for example, I don't know, 1,000 a month. Okay, next month you give your best, you produce twice as results, 1,000 a month. After 1 year, maybe they tell you like, hey, I think you're doing great. How about $1,200? That's a lot, by the way. You should take it. And you have no choice, actually, right? So you take it. No matter how productive you are in a company, you always get the same result. And this is the kind of thing that you want to avoid. If you want to become more productive, you need to find ways to convert the amount of time that you're working into something bigger, right? Because why do you want to be more productive? The only reason you want to become more productive is to have better results, right? You don't really want to become more productive when doing paintings. Like, you want to do it faster. If you do, it's because you want to produce more and you want to sell more, right? That's the only thing why you will want to do it faster. If not, the only reason that why you should paint is just to have fun. That's really the only reason. And if there is some other reason, you are just sabotaging your happiness. So you don't want to become more productive and painting. That's super stressful, because if you look at it that way, I need to paint faster, I need to paint better, I need to do all these things. Yes, you're gonna get better. There is some level of mastery that you can achieve. Uh, but no matter what you put, you're not gonna be satisfied with the results because no human can produce as much as a machine. So whatever you do, um, whatever thing that you are, if you are creative, you just combine it with technology. Hey, maybe I am doing a painting. Maybe I can record it, right? Maybe I learn some things from these paintings. Maybe I can teach them. A lot of painters teach. A lot of artists teach. Art, it's all about sharing. And I feel like in this industry, art has become more about competition and not sharing. Oh, you want to know my secrets? Like, pay $1,000, right? And nobody shares anymore. Nobody shares what's important. I believe some of the content must be paid, right? Um, but sharing is a big part of being an artist. And when you see like dancers, what how do they make a living? They just teach how to dance. I'm not gonna show you how to be a production dancer. Can you imagine production dancer? It's like, okay, I'm gonna hire you. Are you a spinner? Like, okay, you're gonna spin like 8 hours a day, and you're gonna do that, right? And if you don't like it, don't worry. Like, you just keep doing that. I'm gonna pay you a salary, right? And just you just need to spin. Can you imagine how much pain this artist will have? Like, how much how bored he should feel. Like, man, I need to go to work again. Like, just need to do another spin. I just spin. I'm the spinner. I'm specialized in spinning. That doesn't make sense, right? Like, we can't imagine someone that, ah, like, I'm just a spinner. Just get up, go to work. This is not art anymore. There is nothing creative on that, right? So uh, you don't want to become the spinner, otherwise you will hate what you're doing. So that's why I'm trying to convince you to not go to work with for these AAA companies. You can if you really need the money. If you really want to experience what it is, go ahead. I won't stop you. But there you will be fighting to become productive just doing yourself because there is no machine that will help you. They already have a system where they will convert your paintings into cash. Think about it. Why they pay you $5,000 in cash is because they can make maybe 500,000 out of it in the future. They're willing to wait for you 1 year of your paintings in order to have like 10 times more the money that they spend on you. In case of game companies, 20 or 30 times more. But they really don't mind. Um, you want to avoid becoming this kind of productive person. Instead, you just enjoy what you're doing. I'm just gonna paint something today. And what do you paint? You just paint whatever you want. I feel like practicing this. It's not like, oh, today is anatomy day. I'm gonna do anatomy. Just paint whatever you want. If you want to do anatomy, just paint anatomy. Because sometimes it's like, oh, today I should paint anatomy, but I really feel like I just want to paint a house. I just want to do an environment, whatever. But inside your subconscious, you are like, oh man, I need to do anatomy. Today is anatomy day. We cannot skip it. We need to be, like a soldier. You know? You need to follow the rules. Consistency. Don't give up. Don't give in, right? And then you do the anatomy, and inside your subconscious mind is like, man, I really wanted to paint that house. And if that thing happens to you many times, you will start hating what you like. What you start liking, you thought you lost, then you will start hating it. And it's like, I need to paint again. I need to do this again and again. And everything is against your own will. No wonder why you're so stressed. So if you want to become more productive, you should find ways you can use computers. There are many different ways. You can teach, you can share, you can sell your paintings, you can sell your brushes. You can do so many things in the internet. And it takes time. It takes time to develop a presence on the internet. And for example, maybe I'm making this video, I will have like 100 views. I'm not getting anything. in return. But maybe in the future, like maybe in 2 or 3 years, this video will have some relevance. I don't know. So whatever thing that you're doing, you need to find leverage. You you want to think of it like, I'm not gonna get money from my paintings. I'm gonna get money from something else. I'm just gonna paint. But painting is not what gives me the money, right? Um, just like a game company where they ask you to do the sword doesn't give you the money. The the owner of the company is just thinking, okay, this is the whole experience. You will fight with the sword, and the player will buy. They will go to GameStop and they will buy my game for $60. This is this is where the money will come from. They're not thinking about the sword, right? So think about yourself. You are your own company, you are your own business. And I've seen a lot of people start doing this. They quit a lot of jobs and they start doing their own thing, and they're doing better. In the future, I feel everyone will work for themselves. Who will want to work for someone else when you can just be yourself and enjoy life, right? Um, just do something you like and be productive on something else. Like maybe you're writing a blog, maybe you have a website, you're writing a blog every day. This will drive some traffic. You're uploading a video every day. This will also drive some traffic. You're doing your paintings, and if you paint what you like, most likely you will paint more unique things, right? Some people will like it and some people will not. So there you will have your audience. So if you really want to make a living out of this without hating it, and how can you become more productive, then you need to use some other medium. The most successful artists you see there is not only because they paint or they paint good, it's because they use leverage. Otherwise, they won't be able to get the success. Rocco has an amazing YouTube channel. He teaches very well. He has his podcast. He has his products and everything. All his money comes from his business. Doesn't come from his paintings. He even said himself he's a painter that doesn't earn money from painting. Ross paints really well. Paints like kind of anime characters or some like mixed with Disney and anime. Yes, he paints really well, but uh, he's productive not because of his paintings, because everyone can just do one painting at a time. He's productive because he has a YouTube channel and he has many videos, and people enjoy watching his videos. It's very entertainment. Two different people have two different, um, totally two different jobs. They're just using the computer to make them work for themselves. Alan Duff, different person. He paints like dark fantasy style things. He talks about things that people can relate to, and that's it. That's his audience. That's his niche. That's him. You see how three different people can do so many different things, and then can have like the same amount of success. Whereas if you go into a company, you will just paint a dragon, and then the guy next to you will paint another dragon, and everyone is like a copy and paste. This is what we're required to do, and we're gonna do it. There is some level of creativity there, but you're not unique. You're not doing your own thing. You're following an art direction. This is the game. We're gonna do this, and you're gonna just do that. And you're not following your inner voice. It's like, oh, I really want to do this, or I really want to do other kind of stuff. Like some people like really feel like they want to do something with the IP they're working, and that's totally fine. But most of the people, they want to find their own thing, and just in order to be more productive, you just escape from competition. You just do your own thing, let the computer work for you, and you just keep doing it. Start doing it like 1 year, and you will see that you will start getting some cash, like $100 a month, $200. Maybe you're not even painting and you're starting to get the cash. This is what the new economy is all about, right? And that give you some kind of relief because, oh, I don't need to paint like a machine to get this. Even if I decide I don't paint for a month, I will still get the money. So then you can become more relaxed, right? So if you like this video, remember to put a like, share it with someone you think it may be useful, and basically leave me anything in the comments below, which kind of topic you would like me to cover. And I'll see you in the next one.